Previously on Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Oh fuck, I'm actually gonna die here. Because I forgot to equip items and shit. No. Oh my god, I'm low on medkits. Shit, I can't use an item.
Oh, no.
I hope I have enough medkits to do. Oh god, it is not. Okay, let me heal, please. Thank you. Damn it, I forgot about all of that. So I will be right back. Alrighty, we are back for round 2. Where the hell is the... Okay. Do I have just like a... Did I really not? Will this work the way I think it's gonna work? Why did it already take damage before the grenade even got to it? I will gladly use all of these, at least. Never mind. Let's just use my items and hopefully I kill these things. God damn. Tanky motherfuckers. Even with my items. I'm sorry, what the fuck? We'll be right back again. Alrighty, attempt number 4, I think this is. Okay, oh my lord. Let's just stun you. I also decided to... Oh, he did not freeze him. No, please. Please work. There we go. My only hope is to have one frozen for a bit. Oh, this is not going to work according to plan. Come on, please defeat one of them. Like, that's all I ask, is at least defeat one. Okay. Damn it, I lost. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna cut. Instead of just constantly just showing attempts, I'm just gonna come back when these things are fucking dead. I think this might be the attempt after, like, I honestly think probably like 10 to 20 attempts at this. I lost count after a while. I got really fed up of, like, this, of constantly dying at this. And doing a shit ton of different strategies. I even went back to like the Sith Academy thing, like outside the temple, and bought a shit ton of healing items just so I could do this. Holy shit, am I actually going to? Just one more hit, please. Oh my god, sweet release, thank you god. Oh my god. That was a pain in the ass. And now, hello you beautiful magical creatures, NecromanticWater here, and thank you for joining my playthrough of KOTOR Lightside. Last time we finally finished the annoyance of the Nagasaki tomb in Korriban. We got the star map. And this time we're gonna go to our next planet. Before that we're gonna talk to Jolee and Juhani. never did tell me why you decided to come with me.
Oh, I never did I?
Yeah, I don't have to take you with me.
Of course you do. I know things, remember? You think you can make it around this part of the galaxy without me? But don't answer that. At any rate, I already told you why I wanted to leave. I'd seen everything I wanted to on Kashyyyk. Time to go. Time to move on.
Move and go where?
To bed. I'm old and tired, you know. How many kilometer-high trees can you find an interest in before you figure you've had enough? I'd bet you can't be bothered to stay in one room for more than 15 minutes. And then there's all the critters in the Shadowlands. I'm just happy to be back in space, doing something new. Is that too much to ask?
I suppose, no. But, like, can't you do all that on your own? Well, damn right it is. No, I guess not.
Yeah. Now, was that so hard? An old man has to be allowed some petty eccentricities. Nice to see you agree for once. I'll admit, for all its flaws, Kashyyyk was home enough. But when you came along and I saw the destiny you had before you, I couldn't help but be intrigued.
What is my destiny?
Of course not. Weren't you listening last time? I can see that you have a destiny before you, but the details are far from clear. In fact, everything about you that I can see is odd. Slightly off, as if my eyes are trying to trick me. Something is very dark about you. But, I'm sure you don't need to hear my ruminations. You've probably got enough nosy Jedi offering you one opinion after another to make you sick.
No, tell me what you see.
Your future will come of its own accord, trust me. Sometimes navel-gazing at it doesn't get you anywhere. I wouldn't worry about it too much if I were you. You remind me a bit of Nomi. And that can't be all bad.
And who's Nomi?
Nomi Sunrider. She came late to the Force, just as you have, and became one of the greatest Jedi ever. Oh, fine, fine lass. Whether you'll follow the same path remains to be seen. For one thing, we'll never get anywhere if you stand around chatting up old men all day.
Oh my god, Jolee, you... I'm a... I don't know what to say. You're some kind of observer.
Nonsense. Have I ever refused to help you when you asked? How confused can one person be anyway? One thing I will say is that this little escapade does remind me a bit of my adventuring days before the war. Those were exciting.
Does everything just remind you of a story?
Those times if we didn't stand around. What's keeping you? You're too young to be so talkative. Shoo! Shoo!
No, Grandpa, I must know more.
Something on your mind.
Let's talk about your friend.
What? You think because I'm a hermit, I've always been a hermit? Just because I haven't seen Sunray for 20 years doesn't mean he's not a friend. A man could have changed a lot in that span of time, though. But to become a murderer, I can't see it. That's not the Sunray I know. He was a good man. Put me up in his home for a year back after I left the Order. War hero, too. Or so I hear. I wouldn't mind helping the fellow if we can. I owe it to him. Or you can be a young monkey lizard and ignore me, I guess. Well, I don't expect much these days.
God, that's mood, but
Got
like,
on your mind,
can you give me some healing kits?
How many could you possibly need? And besides, I don't have enough supplies on me to put some more together. Ask me later when you're actually in need and I'm less tired.
Damn. Fine. Alright, Juhani, do you got any more lore for your story?
Yes. What is it?
Do something wrong?
I am thinking of what happened on Korriban. To see such horrible, warped rituals that the Sith practice. It is unnerving. I can truly see now why we must defeat Malak as quickly as possible. To prevent that sort of society from consuming the entire galaxy. It angers me to think of it.
It angers me as well.
But I fear that when I am confronted with these monsters, I will lose myself. I think that I may yet fall to the dark side by the very desire to fight it.
That's hard. Okay, I feel like I would probably, like, legit say this to somebody. Because I'm a terrible person. Do not fear,
I
Juhani.
know. I should not worry. I am grateful for your support in this matter. It seems that
Us
whenever I
Jedi gotta
have a
stick
problem,
together.
I turn to you. Sometimes I almost seem to want problems, just for the chance. But I am sorry. I should not speak of this.
Chance for
It is a
what? If
relief
you want to
have
speak,
someone
girl,
to
I will
turn to
gladly
when I'm
talk to you any
feeling
day.
uncertain.
Okay. No.
Yes,
There's something wrong.
I was remembering Taris.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I think I am over the worst of it. I apologize again for lashing out at you. It was not your fault. It was a horrible place to have to live. At least in the lower cities where the non-humans tended to get relegated. Living for years in a place with no sun, living off the trash dropped from the upper levels, and the meager pay doing back-breaking labor.
And the right goals.
There was always the danger of rakuls coming up from the sewers, or more mundane predators living and working in the area. My family and I struggled each and every day to make something of our lives. But we could only go so far. Taxes from the corrupt government, more fees from the gangs controlling the streets, and whatever was left paying for what food and medical supplies we could afford.
No one would help you?
And of course, there was the constant bigotry and hate from the more affluent and human
She
citizens.
kind of just disregarded what I
lording
said.
their wealth over us living below. Every once in a while, a rich human would come down through the lower levels with his droid entourage just to see how the wildlife lived and laughed at the mockeries that were our successes. But I've come to meet many decent
Rich people are
humans
so
in my
dicks.
travels since those days. Indeed, some of the greatest people I have ever met are human.
Yeah, like me and my fine ass standing in front of you. Decent humans are hard to find.
I have noticed that. But the Jedi Order seems to have collected a fair number. The Jedi who encouraged me to join the Order. The one who was with the group going to fight the Mandalorians. She was human. I suppose I see something of her in you when I look. I am
It's
sorry.
probably the fine ass.
I am getting away from my point. If there even was one. Sometimes I curse the day my parents fled to Taris. But then again, if they had not, I would not be where I am today.
Fled? From where?
Another story for another time. For now, we must continue our own epic.
God damn
To
it.
save the galaxy.
The galaxy can wait. I'm invested in your story.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
Can we talk?
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
Are you doing alright?
I have been doing well, I suppose. As well as I can. But I am more interested in you right now. Do
Hell
not mistake me. It is just that, even though we have traveled together for a while, it seems I know next to nothing about you personally.
Well, to be fair, I believe they mentioned beginning in the game, my character has like some form of amnesia, so like I don't even know anything about me. What do you want to know?
We have been traveling together since Dantooine, but I know nothing of you before that. Would you humor me and tell me a little bit about yourself?
Girl, that is the phrase a narcissist would always want to hear. Thank you. Where do I even begin? Let me just take some water real quick. Fuck yeah, let's go narcissistic.
Your humility is astounding, as always. So what can you tell me? Your job, your childhood, your life, your family? I am sorry if I am making you uncomfortable.
I would answer if the game would let me. I would go full on, like, just tell the story. No, it's alright.
I greatly appreciate your taking the time to talk to me. How did you come to be on Dantooine? Besides the obvious, of course.
I mean, that is the oddity. I love that. I flew. I was on a Republic fleet that was destroyed above Earth.
Taris. It always seems to come back to Taris for me. I am sorry. I get distracted. What did you do before that?
I was on the fleet.
A life in the army. Not my career of choice.
I mean, I was a scoundrel.
I was regimented organizations like
shady little lady.
But in a way, it does seem to have its own romantic appeal. Defending the galaxy from evil, much as we Jedi do. So, in a way, I suppose we are more alike than not. But again, I seem to be wasting your time with my carrying on. I apologize.
I have met so many people like you in my life that like constantly apologize
you for some time.
about everything.
I wonder if you have noticed. I have been thinking of how far I had fallen, and how you exemplify the code of the Jedi. I find myself ashamed.
Why? Don't be so hard on yourself.
But I have so little to show when I compare myself to you, and that makes my shame even worse.
Oh fuck, girl! Don't be start doing that. You're gonna make me start doing that.
That I could convince myself that by injuring my master, I became a great force of evil in the galaxy for my pride, my hubris, for the inner rage that all of my species feels. Sometimes I wish that I had not been born this way.
I just realized I never re-equipped that Jedi Road Heart. Look, you have nothing to be ashamed of.
I am sorry. I start to talk thinking about how you stay strong to the path of virtue and justice, and I find myself.
I'm clearly not holding the sword in my hand.
Council
It's
would
floating.
be proud to see that you had learned your lessons so well, as am I. How
Okay.
may I be of assistance?
Good God.
What is it you would like to speak? Well, I mentioned before that my parents had fled to Taris. Perhaps I can tell you about that.
Please do.
In the early days of the Mandalorian War, there had been fighting closer to the Outer Rim worlds.
Where your species is from?
KOTOR was there, yes. My people had a great reputation as warriors, and that appealed to the Mandalore version of honor. They sought to test themselves against us, I think. Test themselves by bombing our world, slaughtering my people while they slept, or while they ran.
No, I'm not gonna comment on that. They fought dirty.
They swooped down from space, across the world, firing at anything that moved. They used ships in space to destroy all orbital facilities and bombard the surface. We did resist.
That's
and in spite of their
honorable.
violent attack, we did stave them off for quite a while. But in the end, we were doomed.
Doomed. Doomed. Why'd the Republic not
We
help?
were not members of the Republic. KOTOR was beyond the edge of the Republic, in the Outer Rim. And besides, they could not have known. Our interstellar communications were the first things the Mandalores hit. All other short-range communicators were jammed. We were on our own. We knew what was coming. We had fought the Mandalorians in the first war against Exar Kun and the Sith. We knew there would be no mercy for us. The most we could do was pack the few of our people who survived onto what few ships remained, and send them off into space as fast as they could. Most did not make it.
But you survived.
My parents carried me as a baby with them, and were lucky enough to escape. They fled as far as they were able, and eventually settled on Taris. They could stand running no further, I think. But Taris was a horrible choice. Dominated by humans, intolerant of other species, it made everyday life unnecessarily hard.
I really want to say these. These are kind of me. How'd your family
My
go?
father, My father turned to stimulants. He spent much of his time in local bars and dives. But we
Oh.
are warriors. It runs through our blood. And when he was on stims, he became foolish. He let his warrior nature get the best of him. So he would get intoxicated, and he would fight. And finally, one day, he would die.
Damn. Oh my god, how did he die? Probably
Killed
like...
by a man who provoked him into a fight and killed him like an animal. I am sorry. I cannot talk about
Oh
this
no,
anymore.
let me hug her. Oh, she deserves a hug after that.
How
I'm so
may I be
sorry,
of
Juhani.
assistance to you,
Let me just
Adora?
continuously talk to you. Holy...
What is it you would like?
Oh my fucking god. Okay, the reason I'm so shocked about like her dialogue quest, like I can just continuously do it, is because like to do Bastilas, Carves, missions, I think even Canderous, like not only need to talk to them, you have to like find specific, like not really specific, you just to occasionally hit a trigger where like the character will want to talk to you, or like go to a specific planet for a specific character to talk to them. But like Juhani's over here just like let me just talk, and I like
After
that.
my father died, my mother was left to support me alone. A single non-human woman, living in one of the worst, most violent slums on Terrace. It was not easy for her.
What happened?
When my father was killed, it seemed that something in her began to die as well. She worked. She worked as hard as she was able. But over time, she began to waste away. I later learned that she was unable to get enough money to feed both of us, and had to start borrowing from the exchange.
Oh no.
A band of cutthroats and smugglers. But even that was not enough. She hid what she was doing from me. She gave most of her food to me so that I would be strong, but she herself was suffering deeply from it. In the end, she could go on no longer, and collapsed at the cantina where she worked one day.
That's how moms be. Sometimes they do what they can for their child. Did she die?
She never recovered. There was nothing really that I could do for her. She left me no money, and no doctor would see her without being paid first. I sat by her bed for days as she lay there dying. I never want that to happen to someone I care about ever again. But there was still the money she had borrowed. She had never paid it back and made no provisions for her death. You must understand. The exchange is brutal. They care nothing for the life of a sentient being. They are the major suppliers of slaves on Terrace.
Were you enslaved?
They thought it would be appropriate that, with my mother owing them money, the debt should be passed on to me. And with no way to pay, they took me by force. You have no idea what it is like to be bound like a beast and treated as such. It was the worst time of my life. They treated me like livestock. They were waiting for a buyer to give them some credits for me when the Jedi came to fight the Mandalorians.
Did they feed you?
The Jedi could not abide by what they saw there, and drove the exchange from the face of the world, freeing those of us imprisoned there. But the Jedi soon left to fight their war, and I was left with a dream.
What was that dream?
I swore that I would become a Jedi. As soon as I had enough money to do it, I bought passage on a freighter headed for Dantooine, and we both know what has happened since then.
You became a Jedi.
I am grateful to you for having given me the opportunity to fulfill my dream, rather than become what I hated. Someday, I may make it up to you. But for now, let us keep on the task at hand.
Let me give her a hug. That's all I want. She deserves she just needs a big hug. Can we talk?
What is it you...
Okay, we're finally done with Juhani for now. Let's go. Holy shit. 20 minutes later of the video, let's finally go to Korriban, actually. Not Korriban, how much money do I have? You don't even want to buy stuff with Yavin, like, I wouldn't be able to buy anything good. Where's Manaan? Go to Manaan. Are we going to be attacked on the way to Manaan? I really hope not. Most likely will be, because it's been a minute. Okay. You good, Gabe? Oh.
Kalonord is dead, Lord Malik. He has failed in his mission. Forgive me.
The penalty for failure is death, Admiral Kareth. But the failure was Kalo's, not yours. You may rise.
Shall I hire another bounty hunter, Lord Malik?
No mere bounty hunter.
Oh wow, we're not glitched in the background like we were in the middle of the dark side playthrough. Because there was just like me and a couple of the characters just casually there in this cutscene, when we shouldn't have been.
Young Jedi friend.
Oh, hello, Mr. Tall, Dark, and Handsome. Look at that fancy robe. Okay, that was just unnecessary. I get, like, he's a Sith, but, like, bruh. That was so unnecessary. God, he has swagger on his walk.
Find Bastila and bring her to me, alive, if possible.
As you command, Master.
Are we really? Are we really getting to Planet 3 without getting attacked? Damn. I almost always get, like, attacked in between, like, each planet. Alright. I see air bubbles. The thing looks like it's underwater. Wow. We actually didn't get attacked. I'm, like, legit, like, I know I keep mentioning it, but, like, I'm, like, legitimately shocked by that, because, again, like, I don't think I've ever had a playthrough where I've got to, like, Planet 3 and not have been attacked by TIE fighters, or whatever they're called in this game. Because, like, that, I usually always get attacked in between planets. In fact, I think in Dark Side playthrough, I got, like, attacked all the fucking time. That was a pain in the ass.
Another vision. The Force is guiding us, helping us retrace the steps of Malak and his old master, leading us ever closer to the Star Forge. It is strange that anyone would have built a star map here. The entire surface of Manaan is covered by nothing but vast oceans.
And what a better place to hide something technologically advanced and important than under a goddamn ocean? Like it was underwater.
The ocean floor is vast, and much of it is uncharted, even by the native Selkath. But how could Revan and Malak have found their way down? No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
Yeah. Oh god, hiccups. Not go away every freaking time. Alrighty, well, let's begin our exploration of Manaan. God, it feels so weird doing this planet order and not getting this character first. I think it's like my first playthrough in God knows how long where I don't get him first. Oh well. Oh, hello
You
there.
Republic people are so pathetic, sitting around groveling at the table scraps the galactic senators deign to give you. It makes me sick.
The senators work for the good of the whole galaxy, not for individual gain.
Ha! Don't make me laugh, you gutless simp. It's the destiny of weak-minded fools like you to be ruled over by the strong, like we Sith.
I'm warning you. Don't push me or you'll get just what you're asking for.
Try it. Just try it. I'd love to see you throw the first punch. And with all the cameras around, the Selkath would be all over you inside of 30 seconds. You break their laws. You pay the price, Republic scum. But I can see that you're not man enough to back up your words anyway. If you ever feel like relieving yourself of your worthless existence, feel free to come by our enclave here. We have many, many ways to fulfill your wish.
Yeah, what are you... Oh, I apologize, Master Jedi. I should not have been rude.
I really wish they would stop making loud ass noise in the other side of the room. Or not room, in the other part of the house. It's alright.
No, really. I should apologize. I should try to control myself. As you Jedi do. Is there anything I can help you with?
Why was the Sith so upset?
Well, these damn Sith are everywhere on Manaan, pushing us Republic citizens around, trying to goad us into breaking the law somewhere.
Breaking the law?
Yeah, the Selkath want to maintain their neutrality in this war we're fighting with the Sith, and they enforce it very strictly. So, we just have to sit here and let the Sith insult us, and we can't raise a hand against them. Otherwise, the Republic will face severe KOTOR export restrictions, and that could lose us the war altogether.
KOTOR?
You're joking, right? I'm sorry, but everyone knows what KOTOR is. It's the most powerful healing agent in the galaxy. I would have died several times myself if we didn't have this stuff handy. But the reason it's important here is that KOTOR is only found naturally on Manaan, and all of our attempts to synthesize it have failed miserably. So, we sit here on the surface, the Selkath harvesting what KOTOR bubbles up from the bottom of the ocean, and we buy it from them. Well, us and the Sith, of course. The Selkath don't want to play favorites.
Okay.
Of course. If you have any other questions, you should probably see Roland Wan. He's the Republic diplomat here. He's by the Republic Enclave near the visitor residences. Oh, if you don't know where that is, go north from here, then south past the port official in the first courtyard, east into the second courtyard, then north, then east again. You got that? Have a pleasant stay, Master Jedi.
Okay, one, I'm horrible with directions, so like what he just said was a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo. And two, he also said that like really fast, and like, what an asshole. But whatever. You suck at giving directions. But I believe this is a good starting point for now. I hope everybody had a good time. Tell me to go in the future. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And remember to stay fabulous.